During the First World War, when the world was torn apart by chaos and destruction, battles were not only fought on the ground, but also in the skies. Amid that storm of fire and steel, one man rose above all others. His name was Manfred von Richthofen, but the world would forever remember him as the Red Baron. Manfred was born in 1892 in Germany, into a wealthy and noble family. As a child, he was full of energy and curiosity. He loved to ride horses, hunt, and compete, always driven by a desire to be the best. When he grew older, he decided to dedicate his life to serving his country. That dream led him to the German army in 1911, where he began as a cavalry officer. But as the Great War unfolded, the battlefield began to change. Horses were replaced by machines, and the sky became the new frontier of war. Fascinated by this new kind of battle, Manfred volunteered to join the German Air Force. It was a decision that would make him one of the most feared and respected pilots in history. By 1917, Richthofen had already earned a reputation as an exceptional fighter pilot. To make himself easily recognizable in the sky, he painted his airplane bright red. It was a daring move. In the middle of deadly air combat, instead of hiding, he wanted to be seen. That red color became his signature. His enemies started calling him the Red Baron, and his red triplane became a symbol of power, courage, and danger. The Red Baron quickly became a legend. He shot down more than 80 enemy aircraft, a record that made him the top ace of the entire war. To the Allied pilots, seeing a flash of red in the sky meant one thing: death was near. Yet even his enemies couldn't help but admire his incredible skill, precision, and bravery. Richthofen didn't fight for glory or hatred. For him, flying was a matter of duty and honor. He respected his opponents deeply. Whenever he brought down an enemy plane, he would often salute the fallen pilot as a sign of respect. To him, every pilot was a soldier doing his duty, and that deserved acknowledgement, even in the midst of war. He later led his own squadron, famously known as the Flying Circus. The name came from their brightly painted aircraft that filled the sky with color, like a carnival of death and courage. Under his leadership, the squadron became one of the most successful and feared air units of the war. But even legends are mortal. On April 21, 1918, during a chase over the fields of France, the Red Baron's plane was hit by enemy fire. His bright red triplane spiraled down and crashed. The man who once ruled the sky fell to the earth, just 25 years old. When Allied soldiers reached the crash site, they were astonished. They realized who they had shot down: the Red Baron himself. Out of deep respect, they buried him with full military honors. British soldiers stood in silence and saluted the fallen German pilot. It was a rare moment of humanity in a war that had seen so little of it. More than a century has passed since that day, but the name of the Red Baron still echoes through history. He wasn't just a warrior. He was a symbol of courage, discipline, and respect. His red airplane became an icon, and his story a reminder that even in the darkest times, there can be honor among enemies. The Red Baron, the fearless knight of the air, remains one of the most unforgettable figures of the First World War, a man who turned the sky into his battlefield and his legacy into eternity.